Yes. Greetings, one and all, and thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Live from the Mathematical Universe with Brother King Simon. How are you today, this morning, this afternoon, this evening, wherever you may be tuning in and logging in from? You are welcome. And anything that follows you are, that's what you will become. You are welcome to King Simon Presents Only Quality People. I'm not looking for quantity. I'm looking for quality people, quality goddesses, quality gods, quality brothers, quality sisters, quality human beings. Not looking for quantity. Like the great Chronic says, I do it for the love, I don't do it for the likes. But it would be nice for you to thumb up and like this video, subscribe, share, and comment positively. And if you could hear me, today is May 29th. I want to say happy born day to a dear friend of mine, Shar Bates. Today is her birthday. Happy birthday to all of those people that are celebrating their birthday in the Gemini season. Happy birthday to you and your family. Anyone that's celebrating the born days in the Gemini season. Today would always also be people like John F. Kennedy's birthday, Mel B's birthday, Carmelo Anthony's birthday is today. Today is also Reby Jackson. Today is also Latoya Jackson's birthday. It's a lot of birthdays today. You know what I'm saying? Big up to all of them celebrating their birthday today. Today would be King Charles II's birthday. Bob Hope's birthday would have been today. A lot of ancient ones in history. Yeah, interesting. Salute to all of you out there. We are about to get it in, and today's subject is the Numerovational Perspective and Power of the affirmational words, you are. You are. You are. And I might make this a call-in show today, and if you're open to it, I will have people call in. Don't call me now, but I will have people call in. If you can hear me on Instagram, put the number 11 in the chat. If you could hear me on Facebook, put the number 11 in the chat, or 1111. Because today is the 29th, and 2 + 9 = 11. So let's stay on that frequency today. Just put the number 11 in the chat. 11. Put the number 11 in the chat if you could hear me clearly now. Yes. Universally, though, this day adds up to, when you add it all together, it adds up to a number. When you add it all together, if you add the 5 plus the 2 plus the 9 plus the 8 equals 24, which today universally is a number 6 day, a 24/6 frequency day. If you add 5 plus 29 plus 2024 equals 2058, and 2 plus 0 plus 5 plus 8 equals 15. So you have another perspective of the number 6. 24 in one aspect and 15 in another aspect. Always interesting to me, because it allows you to see things on a multiplicity of levels. It allows you to see the various stories of this universal day. Even when I look at the number 29, although 29 adds up to the number 11 and 1 plus 1 equals 2, 29 has its own distinguished meanings in older systems of numerology. Then the number 11 has its distinguished meaning. And then the number 2 has its distinguished meaning. So when I teach holistic numerovation, I implore that all of my participants, because I don't have students, I have participants because we're participating in sharing the energy. I'm just the lead participant in the class, helping you to direct and helping you to be aware of how to activate your participatory energy in this realm so it can serve its greatest purpose. That's all I do. As I don't call people my students, because you might pick up on something that I didn't pick up on, and I may pick up on something that you didn't pick up on. I am encouraging my participants to always look at things from a multiple perspective, a holistic perspective, and don't limit yourself to one perspective unless the foundation and keeping the integrity of the foundation of numerology at the same time. Keeping the integrity of of astrology at the same time, keeping the integrity of cardology. Whoever you study with, make sure you keep the integrity of it. Make sure you keep the integrity, because when it comes to the master number 11 frequency, or the 29 frequency, in my book, Numerovational for Mental Stability, I give both meanings of the numbers because both of them have their own significant vibration attached to them. So because today is a 29 personalized day, because this is the 29th day, in my book, I talk about the symbol of compassion and completion of vision, which is denoted by the number 29 because of the 2 and the 9 energy. And once you realize the importance of understanding that is what 29 from a numerical perspective means, from a deeper study, what it means, and that 29 is also a number that can be also the signs of trials and tribulations and dangers brought about by unreliable friends, and grief brought by those of the opposite sex due to depression. You always have to be aware of the duality of all numbers. Even when you're saying an affirmational word like you are, I am, I allow, you have to remember those affirmational initiatives are also have duality, because I am can be also pushed or directing people down a negative realm. As much as people like to say I am is one of the most powerful affirmations, or I allow is another powerful affirmation, and you are is another powerful affirmation. You got to remember, can you think about, I remember watching a rant by P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, and I am the greatest. I am this. This is him. This is how he's yelling it out, but he's yelling it out and screaming and doing all kinds of certain things while he's doing it and throwing around stuff. So I am can be taken in a negative. I am can be, I am an asshole. I am a killer. I am a wicked person. So it can be taken in a dual manner instead of I am productive. I am positive. It can be taken in both ways, just like you are strong, you are powerful, you are weak, you are an idiot. Anything that follows these affirmational words can either bring you to a higher level or to a lower level. And that is why I want people to recognize the importance of the number vibrations connected to it, because, and let me get ready to show the full board and get into the lesson. And I want to thank everybody in here that's showing up, that put in the number 11. Thank you all for putting into the number 11. Yes, that was a very good, and that's a YouTube music too. Thank you all for putting in that number 11 in here. Thank you. Instagram, thank you all for putting in that number 11. Yes, thank you for those number 11s. Yes, thank you. Greetings to all. Let me check my Instagram page. Let's see what they're doing. If they're putting in that 11, that's good. They put in that 11. Good. Thank y'all very much for putting in that number 11. I see y'all. I see Holistic Hope in the building. What's up, girl? I see all of my Gene 29 in the building. I see a lot of people on Instagram. Holly in the building. Diamond 8's in the building. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. So it is important that when you say those affirmational words like you are, I am, I allow, I could, I be, anytime you say those words, whatever follows those words are going to be the prevalent energy that's going to take you where you got to go in your life and in your life existence. So, but I'm going to focus today only on the words you are. You remember the song, you are everything and everything is you. Oh, you are everything. I taught a whole lesson on you are everything and what that means. And everything is you. Look back on my archives right here on YouTube. I taught a whole lesson on that. You are everything and everything is you. I taught a whole lesson on that because whatever follows you are brings power to it, because in numerology, in both systems of numerology, the words you are adds up to the number 13, which if you read in my book, what the number 13 is significant of, it says on page 67, and 6 plus 7, and I did not put that together. 6 plus 7 equals 13 also. Go figure. I did not purposely do that. Believe me. The editor did not purposely do that, but it happened to have turned up on this page. On page 67 of my book, Numerovation for Mental Stability. That's just how the frequency of the universe works. That 13, the number 13 pops up. The paragraph of that number 13 shows up on 67 page. But I say in my book, the number 13 is the symbol of power and dominion if properly understood, but if it is wrongly used, it will wreak destruction upon itself according to some occult studies. It is known as a karmic number. Karma only means cause and effect. So just get it right, family. Get it right. Karma only means cause and effect. So if you put out the good cause, you want to get the best effects from it. If you put out the bad cause, you're going to get the effects of that also. And in both systems of numbers, you are adds up to a number 13. Then I go on to say in my book it says in my book, it says 13 is also known as a karmic number that offers unlearned lessons in life, both positive and negative. So if you're born on the 13th of every month, if you have 13, your name adds up to the 13th, your first, your middle, your last name. I look for all of that in all of my sessions when I do numerology sessions for people, or numerovation sessions, because I want to motivate you to go beyond the learn to understand and go beyond its negative vibration. And if you are constantly holding negative things in your head, because in my book, the number 4 is a mental health number. This is the primary mental health number. I wrote this book because of 2 of my friends that chose to take their life because they were born on the 13th of the month. 2 of them. And that's when I said, before there's a third person that do it, that I know, born under that number, let me write something that can be a little bit of a help, a little bit of the puzzle for people that are going through mental instability. This is a good starter kit. And I tell people that I'm not a therapist. It's just that I am proficient enough as a student in the science of numerology and studies of numbers that I can at least give my piece of the puzzle to help young people, to help older people, to help people recognize when mental instability is showing up in their family, because I write about it in here. And I give you recommended reading and recommended alternative ways to balance in your mind, because you are what you think. You are your thoughts. You are what you feel. You are. You are. And it's not coincidence that these words add up to the number 4. In different aspects, The word you adds up to 16, which is a 7. 16 in in numerology is the number of planning or you plan to fail. So you got to decide whether you plan or you plan to fail. You have to have a blueprint because we were born with mathematical, astrological, cardology blueprints, but it's up to us to use the blueprints. Big up to Nina Diamond, who is also one of my sponsors up here. Big up to Nina Diamond. And I think I see her in the chat. Big up to Nina Diamond. I've seen her in the Instagram chat. Make sure you'll go to the website. She does cardology, astrology, and numerology. Hey, support her because everyone comes from their perspective and everyone's perspective is absolutely right. Big up to them. And then usually I'll lead people to people like Dr. Shakira Moore for health advice. After I seen the numbers inside your charts is leading me and showing me that you need to go get this done. You need to do some work with her. Or I'll take you to Lloyd Strayhorn. Maybe you need to go and get some astronumerology or get your palm read by Lloyd Strayhorn. Or I'll take you to Carrie Ann Ingram. Maybe you need to do some tarot with her at carrieanningram.com, or you might need to book a session of distant Reiki energy. Everything can work if you put it to work, family. That's what I'm saying. Or you might need some another Reiki certified Reiki master, or you might need some cartomancy by this spiritual consultant, Sister Amira. Take pictures of all these people that I show you because everyone have a piece of the puzzle to help bring balance until you get to your balanced state, and we can help. You can help yourself. Everyone have a piece of the puzzle. So you are is an affirmational words that whatever follows it, just like I am, just like I allow. Those are affirmational words that we can use to grow our inner sense of who we are so we can maximize it on the external sense of who we are. Because there's something about using numbers and using cards and using these things and why they try to remove it out. Why all religious people or religious dogmas or religious people of that time, that the rulers of those religions, why are they using this behind the scenes, but they will tell their followers not to use these type of things? Why would they use it behind the scenes? The religious echelons, the religious boule. Why would they tell us not to use it, but not to use it when they're using all of these sciences behind the scenes, whether it's Kabbalah, whether it's gematria, whether it's astrology, numerology, cardology, whatever they use it. They call it advising. They call it consultation. That's why brothers and sisters that are in these sciences, stop calling yourself readers. Stop calling yourself readers. Call yourself consultants because that's what you're doing. Call yourself an advisor because that's what you're doing. Because when you propel and take your name and your gift to a higher level, you become more than just a street reader at the corner, like one of those people from India that just hands out a piece and come and get your palms read and all that kind of stuff. No, you're a palm consultant. You're a palm advisor. Forget that reading stuff. Because I don't read people. I advise and consult you to take yourself to another level, even if you're in religion, even if you're in some type of spiritual system. I don't care what you're in. Numbers ain't going to lie. Numbers don't lie. People lie to themselves, especially if it's purely connected to you. It's been proven that the universe is a mathematical book. That when they want to communicate with entities outside of this earth, they send binary codes. It's already proven. It's already peer-reviewed. It's already shown. They tell you this. But we don't want to listen, though. What up, though? You don't want to listen, though. What's going on with you? Listen. Listen. And when you truly listen, there's an old saying that you say you got to develop the power of listening, not just physically, but innately. And when numbers appear, just the word affirmation alone adds up to a number 13 in the Pythagorean system and a number 42 in the. So affirmations are two healing numbers, but it's also two powerful numbers. Two numbers of power, but also it has two of the master numbers within it. Master number 66 and master number 88. And when you see anything with the six doubling it, it comes with a certain form of healing and elevation and expansion. When you see anything in any word, in any name with the double F's and double S's and you see it in the Chaldean system, it has 88, which deals with the infinite power that you can develop in yourself, but you must have a blueprint because the 8 plus the 8 equals 16. 6 plus the 6 equals 12. And in tarot numerology, that number 12 can be the hangman. If you're not willing to express yourself and speak up in a timely fashion, it can help allow you to be a sacrificial lamb, because anytime you see double numbers in any word, it intensifies the word. Anytime you see double numbers in any name, it intensifies the name. So when you're willing to stand up and stop playing with your energy, and stop being a scaredy cat, and stop being afraid, and stop being a depressive entity to yourself and your family, then these numbers will guide you. It only works if you want it to work. If you're still in your doubt because mommy did this to me, and daddy did this to me, and this person wasn't there, and that person wasn't there, and this person didn't help me, and this person, nobody's here to help you. You are here to save yourself. Jesus, Muhammad, and Moses were higher representations of who you can be in this lifetime, even if it's at a small level or a higher level. It's up to you, because every name I just mentioned, Muhammad, Jesus, and Moses, are connected to master numbers. Is that a coincidence that Muhammad is connected? Muhammad is connected to master number 11? And Jesus, in one aspect of numerology, is connected to master number 11, and the name Moses is connected to master number 22. That's not a coincidence. The lexicon people that are writing these books and putting these names out, they know something that you don't know. And you not being witness to the higher aspect of who you are in the name of those individuals that we so put on pedestals as Moses, the one who led their people out of Egypt in bondage, and Jesus, who came here to save us and died at the age of quote unquote 33 years of age. Again, these 33 master numbers keep on showing up. And Muhammad, who was the epitome of all of Islam, adds up to a master number 11. Go figure that one out, according to one of the spellings of it in English. I can't make this ish up. I can't make it up. I really can't. I really can't make this thing up, because I keep on seeing patterns, cycles, and sequences. And numerology, and what I do as a numerovator, it's not psychic, family. It's just that the mathematics connected to the human experience, the word experience. I've been showing y'all for months that words have power and sound. And they have frequencies that you can use, both positive and negative. It's just depending on the user. The word you are adds up to a number 15, which is a number 6. 15, those who study tarot know that 15 is known as the devil card, which is a battle between the physical and the spiritual realm. It's a symbol of magic and mystery. So the internal vowels, the A-E-I-O-U, adds up to 15, which is a 6, which brings about not only creativity, but the need to be versatile, but also brings balance if you use the you are properly in any statement that you put it in. If I'm making sense, put the number 11 in the chat. If I'm making sense, put the number 11 in the chat. If I'm making sense, put the number 11 in the chat. If I'm making sense, put the number 11 in the chat. Every frequency that shows up, whether it's double numbers or triple numbers, they are, and it's constantly showing up, then maybe it's trying to tell you something from a mathematical perspective, from a numerical perspective. Just make sure you see all of the perspective. Don't just say 333 and not add all of it up, because when it adds up, it becomes something else. Don't say 444 and don't add it up. It becomes something else. So on the overall breakdown of 333 or 444, 555, or if you see it 3322, it all adds up if you know how to apply the methodology of adding and their interpretation. And you can get it from my book, Lloyd's book, Jackie Levine's book, whoever book you want to get. You could go. I always tell people, do not ask me what books I recommend. Google up the books or go on and Google the books, Google up the subject you want to go on, and whatever pops up, go with it. If you want to buy my books, you buy my books. Cool. But what I'm doing, I'm getting it back reciprocal. Whether you put Cash App or PayPal in, there's a reciprocation still going on because I give my passion and my compassion to what I say and what I do out here. And people either book sessions with me or they'll go and take my 2-hour course on Udemy, or they want to text me and want to take my 8-hour course. My 8-hour course is much more extensive than this course on Udemy, or they go buy my books on Amazon. This is the reciprocal energy that I'm giving. So when I come on here, I come on here for the love, not the likes. I come on here because I love it, not because I want to get likes and all these people watching me and all that. I don't give a damn. I'm going to do what I do. What you going to do? And what I do can help you to do what you need to do. What I do with numbers and words and sound and vibrations, it's going to help you do what you need to do because I'm doing what I love to do. And I'm providing for myself and my family when they need it, when my children want to ask for certain things or whatever. Shoot, I told y'all a couple of months I lost $10,000 with one of my children. $10,000 through crypto. But it's all right. I ain't going there. I love him still. I just got to make sure I put certain things in check. Certain people that I know might do a little gambling thing, I might have to say, oh, hey, wait a minute. Call me first before you make those type of moves. I still love them and I still trust them to a certain extent. But what I tell people, when you're able to read into people's energy and spirit, and you start seeing patterns, cycles, and sequences of what they're doing, the greatest job or the greatest advice you can give that person is say, you know what? You are a brilliant person. I don't know what's going on with you now. Put that you are in it because that comes with power. In the Pythagorean, in the Chaldean system, the A-E-I-O-U adds up to 19, which is a 10, which is 1, which again, that shows up as a karmic number because 19 is a karmic number, 13 is a karmic number, 16 is a karmic number. Those are karmic numbers. But those karmic numbers are just letting you know that you're putting out a cause when you're saying you are. So when I was angry with my child, when I wanted to punch him in his face, when I had to tell him stories that people that I know in history have been taken out for less, I had to calm my energy down and say, you are a brilliant boy, but you're becoming reckless. You are becoming reckless. So I had to show him his duality. And he has to choose which duality, because he know I never not try to pour into him with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. But when you do assholic things, I know that's not even a word, assholic or assholic things, then I have to point out, yes, you're brilliant, but why would you do the madness? Why, if you're brilliant, why not stay on the brilliant vibration? And maybe he needed to learn from that. And yes, he is definitely remorseful for what he did, because me and his mother put that remorsefulness in him, that when you do wrong, you have to have remorse. You have to have remorse. You have to want to amend the situation. And he said he will amend it. So he will have to pay me off. But I had to say, you are brilliant, but you are an asshole for doing that. You are reckless. I had to tell him, because when you tell your child that after you've been pouring into them and you show them their faults, just like I have to see my own faults when I left home and I wasn't the best of fathers. I had to look at my faults also, because I don't want them to go through the same thing. that I went through. They're supposed to be better than me in child rearing and child raising. And I can admit that with my children, they are much better than me in being a father, my boys, than I was being a father towards them. I can admit that because I was chasing entertainment, chasing the bull crap. I know what I was doing, and I didn't incorporate my family. That's the only thing I would change. I would stay with one woman as far as having all the children, and I would more than likely incorporate them in all my family. And you know what I'm saying? And if I needed to hire people in my life, then I would hire people. But yet my wife would be the one that be in charge of the ish, or one of my sons or one of my daughters. That's how you got to do it. Because family is business, love is law. Family is business, love is law. When Polite was in his metaphysic mindset, that's what he taught. Family is business, love is law. And he learned from other leaders and teachers that had that polygamous situation and all that kind of stuff. And I understood that. And sometimes if you're married to one woman, then you got to hire a woman or a man that has the knowledge to propel your business and your family business to the next level, or you send one of your children to go and learn it. Send one of your children out there to go learn the stuff. So the words you are and the words affirmation, when you say these words, they come with mathematical powers that you can use or you can abuse. Because I've seen criminals use affirmations. Huh? What do you mean, Simon? Affirmation is just word sound power that's affirming you to do something. So a criminal is affirming that he wants to steal that purse or he wants to rob that bank, and then he set up the whole situation to make sure it happens. He has just did affirmations also. Makes sense. I've seen criminals praise their soldiers. You are a great soldier. You are an extraordinary soldier. You are but he's praising their soldiers. He's putting the you are in front of it. You can do that for the criminal element as well as the righteous element. That's what I'm trying to say. This is not white, black, Asian, Indian. This is just words, power, sound. And in every language, there's words, power, and sound. And in every language, they have a mathematics connected to it, a numerical system connected to it. Word, power, sound, frequencies connected to it. And it can affect each one of us emotionally, spiritually, physically, and mentally if we use it appropriately. Oh, yes, I just rhyme, family. I just rhyme. Period. Now, some of the spiritual meanings behind this. Spiritual meanings. Let me read some of the spiritual meanings. I won't share screen. I just copied and paste. One of the spiritual meanings of the phrase "you are." It says the phrase "you are" in a spiritual context have profound meanings. It is often used to affirm one's existence and identity, and it can be a reminder of one's divine connection with a higher being, the higher being within yourself, the higher energy, the higher force. The next one, it says, in the Bible, words are often referred to as spirit and life. This means that words, including phrases like "you are," can generate emotional, attitudinal, and behavioral reaction. They can induce power reaction such as joy or sorrow. Then it goes on to say, moreover, the phrase "you are" can be seen as a declaration of one's divinity. It's a reminder that we are a part of God, the body of Christ. So we are not separate from him or her. We are God's having a human experience. We are different aspects. All of us are different aspects of God. I don't care if they're wicked, they're evil, they're good, they're homeless, they have no legs. All of us are different aspects of this God. That's why we are God's having a human experience. That's why it says ye are God's children of the Most High Creator. I don't care if you call them he, him, she, or call it or alien. we are part of that essence, that energy force. Then the last but not least, it goes on to say, in essence, the spiritual meaning of the phrase "you are" can vary depending on the context, but it often serves as a powerful affirmation of one's existence, identity, and spiritual connection. It's a phrase that carries a lot of weight and can have a profound impact on one's spiritual journey. Beautiful. It's a phrase. Let me copy that real quick. That part right there. I want to show that part right there. It's a phrase. And I want everybody, I'm going to post it in the screen, in the chat, because I want everybody to remember this. I want people to really remember this and don't forget it. It's a phrase that carries a lot of weight and can have a profound impact on one's spiritual journey. The words "you are," the words "I am," the words "I allow," all of them have a mathematical energy that allows you to alert you and awaken you to what you need to do with it. The consonants of the word "you are" adds up to a number 16, which is a 7. So it is a spiritual wording that also attracts, because the number 7 is the law of attraction number. The number 7 is the law of attraction number. Those are a law of attraction number. So you don't have to chase who you are if you know who you are. You don't have to chase it. Become it. Because 7 represents the outer aspect of the words "you are." And 16 is the preparatory aspect, because you got to prepare yourself. You have to develop yourself. You have to grow into your true self. And some of us may know, like, I keep on bigging up this brother, because Terrence Howard said exactly what I felt all my life about remembering certain things that was happening in my mother's womb, whether there was arguments going on, and whether I remember every voice that I came out to listen to, because either she was in contention with that person or she was in love with this person. So I remember my father's voice. So when I hear my father's voice, it's a stimulating voice. When I used to hear my uncle's voice, it was a voice of authority and sometimes anger. My Uncle Curly, may he rest in peace. Because him and my mother was always at it. And even when I came out of the womb and laying in the bed, him and my mother got into an argument. And I remember from a child when he threatened to throw my mother out of the window. I remember this. I think my sister was born. She was like 1 year. She wasn't even a year yet, but I know I was like 1.5. So I remember laying down and remember his voice so strongly. So these things we still hold on to. And he wanted to throw out the window because she threw away weed. She threw out the marijuana they were selling, because my mother didn't want that element around her. She didn't grow up in that family of people smoking marijuana. And she happened to marry my father, who was a little gangster. Him and his brother was gangsters, carrying gun and smoking and selling ganja and all kind of thing. And my mother wasn't into it. Although my father was trying to make some money for his family. And I understood when I studied the history. And my uncle was trying to do what he was trying to do with his family. He had a whole storefront over there near Albany Projects. That's where he got killed at, near Albany Projects, in those stores. So it's so important that we recognize vibrations in every little thing that we use, every little word that we say, every little number that we have. Every little phone number has a vibration. The year we're born has a vibration. The day we're born, we have a vibration. The month we're born have a vibration. All of it has vibration that we can use as a guide. And if you children out there I'm talking about the young ones that can comprehend what I'm saying. If you understand the significance of your birthday, you will never try to say, I don't celebrate birthday because of religious this. Birthday is really for what your mother and you went through. It's not just for your mother. The birthing day is not just for your mother. It's for both of you because both of you went through the pain, and it's supposed to be for both you, mother and father, because the father was there acknowledging what he put inside of this mother and what it actually came out to be beautiful when the essence of it come out and when you see the pregnancy and the delivery of it. That's why family and birthing is supposed to be a family celebration. It's not supposed to be labor. It's not about labor. White folks call it labor. And labor is talking about working. That's why they have Labor Day. It wasn't for, but birthing is supposed to be a celebratory thing. So when you come out on that frequency, that longitude, that latitude of that day and that month and that year and that number, celebrate your life. Celebrate how you can use those frequencies, whether you're doing cardology, whether you're doing astrology, whether you're doing numerology, whether you're doing any system. Celebrate the life of how to use that system because you came here on this planet to learn, earn, and return. The great George Fraser used to say that. You came here to learn, earn, and return. You can return it to yourself, return it to your family, and return back to the essence after you've finished your job, whatever it is. Whatever you're supposed to do, you are here to do something great. Whether it's mediocre, whether it's at a higher level, do it. Because some of the great artists of the world, we never really acknowledged them until 100 years later. People didn't care about Picasso until he died, to tell you the truth. People didn't care about Leonardo da Vinci's work until he died. People didn't really care about Jesus' work until he died. He has more followers now than he had back those days. Muhammad has more followers now than he had back in those days. Moses has more followers now, because it's about that time and leaving that energy on this planet so it can start to germinate and grow. People keep on forgetting. Baby, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. And like I said, nothing that I say up here today is going to take you away from your spiritual system, your religious system, none of that. It can only make you better if you know how to use it. I just said to you earlier that all the main people in the main figureheads of every religion adds up to a master number. How did that happen? How did Muhammad add up to a number 29, which is 11? 2 plus 9 is 11. How in the Pythagorean system, the name Jesus adds up to a master number 11? Even in the Arabic translation, when you go to Isa, it adds up to a number 11 also in the Pythagorean system. It adds up to a number 11 also. How did that happen? In the Chaldean system, it's 1, 3, 1, and that is a number 5, which deals with freedom and versatility and movement and travel. Isa was traveling all over the place, moving from Jericho to Jerusalem or Jerusalem to Jericho, moving and teaching. 11 is the teaching number. This is the Arabic translation of Jesus. How is that happening? I'm trying to show you. Okay, I just said Jesus, right? The way we spell it. I'm not talking about the Hebrew word, but I'm sure if you go to the Hebrew word, it's going to break down the meaning too. 1, 1, 5, 5, 1, 3, 3, 6, 1, 1. 5 and 3 is 8, 9, 10, 11. How is that in both systems, in both translation, English from the translation to the Arabic from the English, it adds up to a number 11. How is that? There's no coinky thing that the Master Jesus, according to biblical theology, and in the Quran, it's spelled Isa, adds up to a master number 11. Who's writing these names? Who's turning these names out like this? Who? Somebody is doing this. Something is happening. to make the master's name in both systems, Master Jesus, both systems, a master number 11. I rest my case. I rest my case. And that's just in the Pythagorean system. In the Chaldean system, the word Jesus, let me see that, 10, 16. 16, which is a 7, which is a spiritual number. We know that Jesus practiced spiritual work. And 16 is number 7 is a number, and the number 7 and the number 11 is the number of deception. What happened to Jesus along the route? Why did he get hung on the cross? Because he was deceived by Judah. Number 11 is a number of deception on the negative, and the number 7 is a number of secrecy and deception on the negative. How did Jesus die? Because of deception. It's in my book about the number 11. It's in my book. The number 11 on its negative. Let me give you the number, because the number 11 on the positive is new beginning and the ability to master wisdom and efficiency and acquired through the past cycles of the 1 to 10. Then I go on to say that master number 11 is considered a doorway of spiritual and physical world. We know that Jesus was, according to their theology, was connected to the spiritual and physical world. Master number 11. The number 11 person is prone to treachery and deception from others. Page 66 of my book. I'm saying this in my paragraph of the book. Ta-da! On that note, family, let me get ready to close off because I've been, whoo-hoo, Lord. I have my numbers up here. So if you want to call in and add on to your affirmation, what affirmations are you using? Now, I want you to stay focused. If you're going to call in, let me set up my phone line right now. Let me turn on my phone line. Okay, my phone line is on, I believe. Let me see. Silence mode is off. Okay, my phone line is off. So if you want to call in and talk to me about what affirmations are you using to maintain your mental stability, because you are great. You are able. What affirmations are you using? The you are or the I am? Hey, look, I use them all. You are. I look in the mirror and say, you are the great I am that I am allowing myself to be. I use them all. I put them all in a sentence. So give me a call now at 718-210. I'm going to take 3 callers. I'll take only 3 callers again today before I close out. It's 11:05 right now in the AM. I got time, to tell you the truth. I might take a little more. But let me know what type of affirmations that you are using that will keep your mind at a higher frequency, because if you use them, they will work for you. If you use them, they will work, but you got to constantly use them. So look in the mirror and say, you are who you are. You are great. You are one with the creative force. You are a part of the divine nation. You are. I am. I allow. So I can use all of those affirmations at different intervals of my time. If I don't have something, then I will say, I allow myself to have it. If I don't have good love or good people around me, I have to allow good people to come around me. If I look in the mirror and say, you are, and when you're talking to your children, I was watching Raymond Reddington and Blacklist, and Mr. Kaplan said to Elizabeth Keene, she said, you are safe, you are loved, you are wise. And then Elizabeth Keene said, I remember those words. He said, you should, because those were the words, those affirmations I used to say to you when you was a child. Because when you say those affirmations like, you are wonderful, you are wise, you are loved, you are safe, when you tell a child that, then it starts to germinate inside of them. If you tell yourself that in the mirror, it will start to germinate. Every time, all of us go in front of the mirror, wash our face, brush our teeth, but sometimes you got to look up seriously and look into your eyes and say, and talk to the energy within yourself and say, you are great. You are a wonderful person. You are attracting what you need for your life. You are. These affirmations, like I said, it's a phase. It's a phrase that carries a lot of weight and can have a profound impact on one's spiritual journey. That's what I have here. That's one of the meanings. That's one of the spiritual meanings If you Google it online, just Google up the spiritual meaning of you are, of saying the words you are. Just Google it up and you'll see all of them come up. So if you want to give me a call right now, please, by all means, I'm only going to take 3 callers right now in this morning time. If you want to call me, the phone lines are wide open. And today is May 29th. Here's a nice affirmation. I guess you can't see it. This is one of my affirmation books. Great quotes from great leaders. And it says, Monday, May 29th. Well, not Monday. Today is Tuesday, May 29th, actually. But it says, when the whole world is silent, even one voice becomes powerful. When the whole world, and right now I'm in my own world right now, teaching the whole world online because online access reaches all 196,940,000 square miles of the planet Earth, unless that country shuts it down or what have you. But this was said by Malala, I forgot her last name. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. She was a human rights activist. She said, when the whole world is silent, even one voice becomes powerful. But I can also twist that and share it with myself. When you are silent about yourself and who you are, even that one little voice, that one little affirmation, that one little encouragement can become a powerful tool for you to stop attracting Negroes that's trying to pull you down, or Negroes that don't respect your, and people that don't respect your work, Negroes and Wigros. I'm talking about white folks and black folks. People that don't respect, energies that don't respect your energy and respect your work. Stop attracting them and start saying who you really are in this realm. Give me a call right now if you want to. I can talk to a few of them. You know what I'm saying? I can talk to a few of y'all. No. See, sister says I'm scared of being. No, don't be scared of it. Embrace the beauty of the 11, because the 11 is beautiful. All of the numbers is beautiful. It's just that sometimes on the other side of the coin, it is what it is. And that's why if you're born on the 30th, you're supposed to be jovial. But what happens to people born on the 30th? It's in my book. People born on the 30th of any month is also connected to the symbol of mental outlook and superior mindset. So even though you can have an 11 frequency, if you're not jovial and happy and humorous and find humor even in disasters, that's your problem. You got to find humor in the disasters. Don't be scared of nothing, because all of us are going to leave this planet, period. All of us are going to leave this planet. It's just depending on if you're going to leave it in your sleep or you're going to leave it abruptly through some major accident or something crazy. I'm going in my sleep. I'm affirming that I'm going to go in my sleep, more than likely in my own bed, not in no hospital bed, not under no tubes and things stuck up in my backside and all over. I'm going to go to sleep like my grandfather at 103 went straight to sleep into the next realm. He don't even have to look back at this realm anymore. He's 103 when he left this existence. He don't even have to look back. If he came back, that means he wanted to come back. But he don't have to. Now, I know my great-grandfather is around because he took his own life. Because Miss Blue already confirmed it. And when Miss Blue was so, and make sure y'all go and support Miss Blue. Miss Blue is on the remix. Her YouTube channel is called The Remix with Miss Blue. MS Blue. Miss Blue read and pulled my I was expecting her to pull out my grandfather, because I didn't know my great-grandfather that well. Miss Blue pulled out my great-grandfather, his walk, his demeanor, everything. And when I told my father, who's a religious person, and so I had to reframe it for my father, because I had to say, hey, Pops, I had a dream about Papa, who is his grandfather, and he was walking a certain way, and he was doing and saying certain things, and he was talking about a well. And did you know, when I told my father about a well, I didn't know it about a well. I didn't know about the well. So Miss Blue told me about this well. And when I told my father, he said, that's the well in Jamaica that they used to swim in. This is what my father told me. And he said my great-grandfather walked with a odd look because he had had a major accident on his legs and it never healed properly. I was like, oh, ish. So Miss Blue is the truth as far as I'm concerned. I've been studying her for like 25 years. She is the truth. She is the truth. Miss Blue. Go and check out Miss Blue on YouTube. She even does free consultations on air if you can get through on that phone line. That phone line is real, son. That phone line is real. So again, okay, see, nobody wants to call in. It's all right. That phone line is open. So nobody wants to call in. It's all right. The number here again is 718-210-8853. That's 718-210-8853. Yeah, Miss Blue. Miss Blue is the truth, yo. I send people to. She is a brilliant. She born January 1st. So her and I is right there. I'm born February 1st. She born January 1st. So I love Miss Blue. Oh, somebody calling in. Okay. Somebody there. Okay. Let me see. Greetings. Hello? They hung up. Okay. If you're hanging up, hey, that ain't going to work if you're hanging up. If you're calling in, I'm going to take 3 callers. If not, let me know. And the subject is how would you use the words you are? Or what affirmations are you using to help you stay on a positive mindset, keeping that positive mindset, keeping your business positive? Call me now, 718-210-8858. Let me go to the phone lines. All right, greetings. Turn down your apparatus. Welcome to the Numerovational Perspective with King Simon. Who am I speaking with?
So, King Simon, my name is Gilbert. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona.
Phoenix, Arizona. I love Phoenix, Arizona, man. What's going on, brother? What's the type of affirmations that you're using, Phil?
The type of affirmation I use I haven't used "you are," but I use "I am" a lot.
Good. How's that been affecting you, brother?
It's been a wild ride, I tell you that. But I actually use the names a lot when I meet people. And that's how I use this numerovation that you've been dishing out.
Okay, good. Have you got my books? You got my book?
No, actually I haven't, but I have had dipped into a little bit of Lloyd Strayhorn's.
Yes, that's good. Lloyd is a good book. Lloyd is born on the 16th, so he did a lot of extensive. That's why he added a lot of extras. I'm more for numerovation because I add motivational principles to all that. I'm not just going to read. I'm not into reading people. I have to make sure you're activated. So everybody have their perspective. So if you got numerovation for mental stability, that would help to stimulate a lot of numerovational guidance so you could recognize and stay motivated. It's what's about staying motivated for me, you know? So that's why Lloyd loves my books every time, you know what I'm saying? And it's all about pulling. It's all about studying different aspects and pulling from all those aspects of what Lloyd may say in his book. I may say so totally different or similar, but it's a different angle I bring. You know, so good that you got Lloyd's book.
Yeah, no, and it's very beautiful. Actually, the whole, I guess you could say, the whole beauty part about it is that it all kind of adds up.
Yes, it all adds up. It all adds up. That's all we need. You know, that's why Elijah Muhammad used to say mathematics is Islam and Islam is mathematics, that it could always stand and be proven to be true. And if you use these mathematics, you can secure luxury, good homes, friendship in all walks of life. Use it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So when I meet a person and I hear their name, right off the bat, I'm already breaking down their name.
That's right.
And seeing how I can use their energy, not to my benefit, but to their benefit too.
That's good. As long as you're not using it to manipulate women and all that bull crap, because some people do it. People do negative things. I'm not going to be fronting on nobody. People have done it. They throw all this knowledge around against sisters and all that. It's cute, but you're going to reap the karma of it. I'll tell you that, because I've been down that road. I know I have. And I had to control it because I was in the club life and I knew a lot of this wisdom. You know, you want to do this and women come. Women will come. I tell you, they wanted me to be their pimp at one time. I'm like, no, I don't do no pimping. Just being honest.
These women got a name for that out there. They're called spiritual F-boys.
Yes, F-boys. Yep. Yeah. But you know that the F-boys go around. The F-boys back in the day were called gigolos, sir. F-boys back in the day was called pimps, sir. F-boys back in the day. It's just a different time. They call them because now women are a little bit more aware, but yet other women are starting to pimp them and become spiritual F-women, F-girls. They're pimping them, and it's crazy. I see a lot of this. And I can lean back and watch it because I say to myself and just study the metaphysics behind all this stuff that's going on. So, my brother, thank you for calling, man. I hope Phoenix is treating you well.
Yes, Phoenix is treating me very well, and I hope life is treating you well as well.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And I wish you nothing but the best, my brother.
You too, my brother. You be safe out there, okay? Thank you for calling. Sir. Thank you for calling. Yes. Yeah. All right. Yeah, peace and blessings. Phoenix chiming in, man. Phoenix chiming in. So big up to Phoenix, Arizona. I love Phoenix. I actually went to Phoenix around my birthday one time, and I stayed in Sedona. I went to Sedona and all that. The phone lines is open, family. I can only take one call at a time, so please forgive me if you tried to call and somebody, it didn't happen. So 718-210-8853, 718-210-8853. Remember, Cash App and PayPal is still running strong. PayPal.me/King Simon. And, of course, King Simon at Cash App 3158. Yes, greetings. Welcome to the Mathematical and Numerovational Perspective. Please turn down any apparatus and listen to me and talk to me on the phone. Who am I speaking with and what's your name?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Anika Faye. I'm calling from Stillwater, Oklahoma.
Stillwater, Oklahoma. I like that song, Stillwater. Stillwaters. I love that song. My dear, how have affirmations helped you along your life?
Oh, very greatly. I like to say I am free. I always like to say them 3 times. I am free, I am free, I am free.
That's good.
I like to say I know who I am. I like the you are because looking in the mirror, I need to do more of that you are.
That's right. You know, and you remember that song, "You Are Everything and Everything." Those songs there, or you are my starship. Come take me up tonight. Don't listen to those songs that start with that stuff. You'll be like, oh, now I see.
You have a lovely singing voice, by the way.
Thank you very much. I used to sing. I was a number 5 on the reggae charts back in the day. So I used to sing. I can still do it if I want to. My son is doing it now. His voice, he's singing different language now. Big up to Prince Imagine. His mama was a singer. So yeah, I love to sing. I still love singing the shout. Yeah, you got a good voice too. Are you doing a podcast yet? What's going on with you?
I do a lot of narratives on my Instagram page.
Good.
When I post reels, I do voiceovers.
Good.
On that. I love to do more of that. People tell me that all the time.
You should.
Actually, listening to your podcast, listening to your live, I'm like, wow, my birth name is 11, and my birthday is a 5. So your live really resonated for me.
Good. I'm glad. And you got to use the spiritual. When your name adds up to 11, you said?
Yes, my name.
Your first name. Well, that's called the active name. So when you actively turn on that number 11, you're dealing with the equilibrium and the balance between the spiritual and the physical realm. So whatever you do, the gifts that you have, because the name reveals the gift, talents, and skills, expression, and also the soul earth. The gift that you have is really to see what other people don't see and make it manifest. That's through ideals or through, you might have some patents that you want to do because some inventions might come up in your head. You need to put it on paper and make it happen. Like, I'm just telling you. And the 5 is a brilliant. So sometimes when you have that 5 is just could be scattered. It's scattered your thoughts when you need to hone everything in. The negative of the number 11 is either deceiving yourself or being deceived by others or second guessing yourself. Or allowing others to help you second guess yourself. You got to stop that. Don't let that happen. Okay?
Yes, that resonates. Definitely. Thank you for that.
Thank you, my beautiful sister. Thank you for calling in and sharing what you do with the affirmations. Okay?
Absolutely. Thank you. Take care.
Appreciate you. Peace. Peace. Our sisters coming in, sisters and brothers coming in. I like that. Again, male, female, male, female. I like that. So I'm going to take probably a few more calls. 718-210-8853. Let's see who's here. Welcome to King Simon Presents only quality people, Numerovational Perspective. Turn down any apparatuses that you're listening to me, and please talk to me over the phone. Who am I speaking with, and where are you calling from?
You speaking to Maurice from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn.
Bed-Stuy, do or die. I used to be all over Brooklyn, man. That was my place, man. I went to school in Bed-Stuy back then. Got kicked out of that school too. So I've been there, boy. Been there. I went to school in LG over there in Lafayette Gardens. Got kicked out of that school. Yeah, I graduated from that school, but they wanted to kick my ass out. That's for sure. So what's going on, brother? What's the affirmations that you use while you're in Brooklyn now?
Shoot, I have so many, and I even have one that Dr. B series had on the God Body Challenge.
My brother, yeah.
And, I am grateful to be healthy, wealthy, wise. I am grateful to be loving and caring. I am grateful to have an audience that listens to me. I am grateful for the material things that are coming to me as I think these thoughts. I begin to manifest. I am grateful for manifesting all the great things and the success that is arriving now.
Yes.
I'm grateful in advance for love, wholeness, beauty, and power. When you want me to stop, let me know.
No, it's cool. I just wanted to make sure that's for you sharing that. And I'm glad that you're working on yourself. What has been some of the challenges for you, brother? I know you're a younger brother. What has been some of your challenges?
Fear has been a challenge.
Very good. That's
played a major part of my life.
Man.
Not speaking up at a young age.
Yes.
And it kind of like turned into like a big bubble, and I had to pop that ish.
That's right. That's right. And you know, I remember Dr. Khalid's son, Dr. Farrah Gray. That's a good motivational person to listen to. Dr. Farrah Gray. That's Dr. Khalid Muhammad's son. He says, everything you want is on the other side of fear. Everything you want to accomplish and do in life is on the other side of fear. And of course, one of those Roosevelts used to say, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. We need to stop being afraid of fear. You know, so those are things that they say in this society for years. And one of the presidents, like I said, he just said that. But Dr. Farrah Gray, and he quoted other people, but I heard him coin that even more because he's a young guy that made his first million at the age of 14. So that is very interesting. Now he's 30-something years of age. So when he overcome that fear of being a CEO or an entrepreneur, boom, and Khalid didn't want him to be like him. He wanted him to be him. And that's what I respected about Dr. Khalid. You know what I'm saying? So my brother, thank you very much for sharing that, my brother. Thank you very much.
Maybe I heard Les Brown say, he said, fear is false evidence.
Appearing real. That's right. Les Brown is one of my teachers. I studied with him for a whole month in 2005. Good brother. Good brother. All right, my brother.
Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings, man. Keep up the good work, man. Hold us. All right. Thank you. Man, people are coming with their affirmation. That's good. You are is a powerful affirmation. I am. I allow. I do. I do anything. I do anything. I do anything for you. Big up to my late great friend, Delroy Morgan. I have pictures of him in my book. So y'all think I'll be playing games. I know these people when I start singing certain songs about these people. I am dear friends with those people. You know, dear friends. Here's Denroy Morgan in my book right here. That's him right here. That's him right there. Let me go to the phone lines. Greetings. Welcome to the Numerovational Perspective with King Simon. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Simon, my name is Vanna, and I'm calling from Brooklyn.
Hey, Vanna, Brooklyn in the building. Which part of Brooklyn are you from? Which part of Brooklyn?
Flatbush.
Oh, that's where me from. That's where I used to go to Erasmus from Noah. Flatbush. Erasmus. Yeah, man. I used to run Temptations nightclub back in the day over there.
So. Man, Temptations is the spot. Temptations is the spot.
Yeah. So what's going on? What's the affirmations you use now that you're in Brooklyn? What's the affirmations you use for yourself?
I just kind of tuned in, and I wasn't really sure about the affirmations part, but I know, I heard you kind of speaking to everybody in reference to like your numbers and stuff. So I wasn't sure if I jumped in to give my information or the affirmation part. I'm a little.
It was more about that. It was more. The subject was more about the affirmations, my dear. What affirmations that you use? I am. you are, whatever you use for children.
Right, I got one then.
Okay, what are affirmations that you use for yourself? I am. That's good. That's good. And then you got to put those affirmations into your children also. But like when you tell your children you are safe, you are protected, you are beautiful, those are affirmations. And so I've been breaking down the words "you are" and how much power they have mathematically, and the importance of doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because those children are very important. How many children you have?
Oh, 2 actually, and they have. One of them has the same birthday as Dr. Layla Africa. He's the 27th of January, right? Yeah, I know he passed over.
That's right. He is born on January 27th. He will be a brilliant old soul, that child, if he works on his creativity and his productivity. And he likes to move. He likes to do things. A lot of stuff he likes to do. So you gotta stay on top of them though. Stay on top of them and let them finish what they start. Let him finish.
Yes, you can see it already. He is he gets excited, full of ideas. Like even if we lay down to sleep at night, he's talking, and I gotta like, all right, let's get into a little, meditation music and everything because he's full of ideas. And that 27 is very profound in my life because both of my children are born on the 27th.
Get out of here. When is the other one born?
Yeah, one is 127, and then my Scorpio is 1027, and then I was born at 10:27 p.m. on January 23rd, 1989.
Oh.
So 27 is all in my life.
Yeah. My son is born. My first son is born on January 23rd. That's interesting. Yeah.
You know all of my business.
you just gotta be very mindful of being scattered minded and letting people get on your nerves. That's all. Just be careful of letting people bring.
I think we're like managing the feelings, right?
Yeah, managing your feelings and balancing things out because your alignment number is a 24, which are all healing numbers, and it's about bringing balance to what you do. You will get the assistance, you will get the protection, you will get the guidance. You just have to bring balance because 23 is really the royal star of the lion or the lioness. So it's a promise of success. But if you're overly thinking and you're not being compassionate about what you're doing and being willing to expand, then it becomes reckless, and you want to be very careful going down the reckless road. Okay.
Right. I'm going to be mindful of that for sure because I think also with where my placements are, I tend to be multi-talented. I think I came across a few videos of your son too, as far as like being multi-talented. So
yes, he's multi-talented.
Impersonations and I sing as well.
Right.
And so now I'm trying to get over, crossing over to like, all right, how do I want to put these multi-talents out there?
Well, I put it. This is a studio in New York City. If you want to go and record or whatever, do poetry.
Okay.
I put it on the front here right now. You can actually take a snapshot of that right now if you want.
Okay.
And he's the one born on the 23rd. The guy that's on the picture here, that's his name. His name is Prince Imagine. His name, and that's his studio. He does you can do audio books there. You can do recordings. You can build beats, builds new beats, making beats, photo shoot, all that kind of stuff. Whatever you want to do. Put out your music, girl. Put out your music because it's yours.
I'm definitely going to reach out to him. And also one thing I wanted to mention too that came to my mind when you talked about my son, he is a great communicator early on with that also energy.
Yes.
He, is really good at expressing himself. So I always look at him and go, well, you're going to use that voice for something because
that's right.
From the time he was little, I noticed he was really good at expressing his feelings and, people would look at him and they wouldn't think he was, the age he was. He always had that also energy from a young age.
But both those 27s will say what they mean and mean what they say. That's just how they are. They're going to say what they like. Dr. Africa said what he meant and meant what he said.
Yeah.
All right.
He was very straightforward.
Oh, he was that straightforward. All right, my dear. But thank you very much for calling.
Appreciate you, Brother Simon. It's been a pleasure. I'm definitely be mindful to the things you mentioned.
Yeah, thank you, Doc. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you. Blessings.
Peace and love. Bless and love. Oh man, Brooklyn is in the building again. We had Bed-Stuy, Do or Die. We have Flatbush, always smoking the bush, or they always doing the ambush back in the day. Flatbush was not one thing about Flatbush. I grew up in Flatbush in the 80s, so one thing about I had a whole posse with me back, and that's how I got in trouble, following and being a posse member and all that kind of stuff. Wasn't gang member. I became a posse member, and we had the party posse, the perv posse. We just had parties and bull crap, parties, and way before Biggie even started singing that stuff, we was doing the party and the bull crap. We had hooky parties. I used to throw hooky parties, and for hooky parties for Erasmus, we threw hooky party for Whitman. We threw hooky parties for James Madison. We threw hooky parties for Dewey. We threw hooky parties for New Utrecht. We threw hooky parties Prospect Heights. We threw hooky parties for Clara Barton. They used to call it Clara Abortion because it was an all-girls school back in the day. Prostitute Heights. That's what they used to call Prospect Heights. So we threw hooky parties. We had parties. So I wrote the book, fam. Look, no promotion is bad promotion. I've been promoting since I was young. With my team, with friends, by myself, I've been promoting. So I did what I had to do in this party realm. There's no party I haven't done. The only party I never did was a gay party. I'm not into that. That's not my thing. So I ain't do no gay parties. But every other party, pool party, phone parties, private parties, strip show parties, I've done all of the parties. Swingers parties, I've done all the parties. But no gay parties. That's not me. I was talking to a friend of mine last night about it because they asked me about all the parties. I said, girl, I did a lot of parties. That's why I wrote the book and got out of the life. I will go to an event, like I went to Brother Richard's event, that little party he had, but it was a conscious thing. I will do that, but I'm not going to go back into the nightclubs. I'm not intrigued to go into any Magic Cities or any of these nightclubs out here. Not intrigued with that. Once you've been to one party, you've been to them all. Just the music have changed, and the places and the energy and the stuff is still the same. They're just smoking and drinking different things at this time. Where back in the day was more weed and drinks. Now it's Percocets and Mollies and drinks. I'm good. I don't need to do that. I've been there, done that, and as plus the year I was born, 1967. That's the year of promotion. 23 adds up to promotion, the number 5 of promoting and advertisement and all that. That's what the number 5 rules. That's why I'm in it so much. That's why I love doing it. Even if I'm laying in my bed, I'm promoting. Even in my sleep, I've been promoting events or being at events with Dave Chappelle and Kevin Hart or Shaggy or Mike Tyson. I'm a natural promoter because the year I was born, my father opened up a nightclub. The year I was born, just to make some extra money, my auntie told me. She said, Simon, he said, boy, you know, your father opened up the club the year you were born, just to make some extra money because he was a paramedic and all that. Big up to Aunt Marie. She was the historian of the family. My late great Aunt Marie, she was the historian of the family, and she was one of those rough aunties that carried a knife, and if would be, she carried a gun too. I just never seen the gun, but I seen the knife. I seen the knife with a big old butcher knife she carried with her. She ain't care. You better not attack her on the street or try to rob her. She coming out with the butcher knife, and that shit. She said, "I want to blood clot. You want to take my hard-earned money while me I'll do my work all time. This place, I me come from my job, and you want to steal from me? Oh, you take that, cut this, check this, cut." That's my auntie. That's exactly how she was. Yo, and I remember going to her funeral, and I was in I think a Marcus Garvey shirt, and I spoke at the funeral. Everybody started laughing. They thought it was a comedy show because I spoke at the funeral, and I said, "Boy, one thing about my Aunt Marie, you will know the different variations of the word clot, because she'll talk about your bomber clot, your pussy clot, your rat clot." She'll talk about her. She used to have all those names for everybody. So my Aunt Marie was rough and rugged back in the day. Excuse me if you don't know those words, those old Jamaican words. Please, my aunt was no joke on them streets. And she said what she meant and meant what she said. Rough. She grew up, and when she moved from Jamaica, they lived in Brownsville, they lived in Crown Heights, they lived in all them rough places that was developing in all them days. So it's so important, and you know, and I'm going there because people calling from Brooklyn here, and people calling from Arizona and Oakland and all those type of places. Thank y'all very much for giving me a call. I'm going to take one more call. If you do want to call in, 718-210-8853. I'm going there because family, they brought some nostalgia to me because of them coming from Brooklyn, and I grew up throughout all of Brooklyn. Tell me how affirmations have helped you. You are affirmations. I am affirmations. I allow affirmation. Whatever has helped you, share with the world how affirmations has helped you and how, if you put it to work, it can work. Call me right now. Call me now. 718-210-8853. That's 718-210-8853. That's 718-210-8853. If you do want to book a session with me, please text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. I only have, let me see, I have 1, 2, 3 slots left in the month of May. Now I'm already in June, but I have 3 slots left in the month of May. And if you can't get to me, book a consultation through cartomancy with this sister here. Her number is right here on the line, 802-294-2802. Or you can book a nice numerology or cardology or astrology session with Nina Diamonds. Hit her up at levinuniversity.com. That's levinuniversity.com, or hit her up at IG at diamonds_8, or at her YouTube channel also, or support Baba Lloyd Strayhorn, lloyd-strayhorn.com, or hit him up at 800-581-4401, or do a nice tarot spread with beautiful Carrie Ann Ingram. Carrie Ann Ingram does tarot. Hit her up at 226, text her at text the word reading to 226-909-8363. That's 226-909-8363. I'm sorry, 8363. Last, anybody else calling? Anybody else going to call before I shut this down and run my commercials? Anybody else want to call and express the type of affirmations that you offer to the world, or what has made you and made your mind stay balanced? Because this was the Numerovational Perspective and Powers of the affirmational words, you are. That's what this was today. And I'm glad to share mine, and I want you to share yours. I shared it from a mathematical perspective. The word you are adds up to 13, which is the number of power and dominance, as I wrote in my book. It's the number of power and dominance. So whatever power and dominance you want to have, you put those you are in front of it, especially when you're talking to yourself in your mirror, and when you're talking to your children, your auntie, your nieces, your nephew. If you have those type of grandchildren, speak to them and say, you are this and you are that. Don't give them the negative word, give them the positive word. Don't say you are nappy-headed. Don't say you are greedy. Don't say you are gluttonous. Say you are positive. You are productive. You are a healer. You are a teacher. You are. You are my starship. Come take me up tonight. And don't be late, and don't you come too soon. Don't come too soon, because we're going to come on time. Family, those that, if nobody's calling in, I'm going to keep it moving. If nobody's calling in, I'm going to keep it moving. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for tuning in and locking in right here on King Simon Presents Only Quality People, as I get ready to close on out. Music on the way out, and thank you very much for being a part of it. Remember, share love, spread love, help product, and if you cash out for PayPal, spread love, help product. Hey, spread love, help product, spread love, but if you can't spread love, that's what it makes you Amazon, Google, online course, and of course, go to kingsimonthenumerovator.com or kingsimonthenumerovator.com. I can't talk on my phone, so you can't call me in no more. kingsimonthenumerovator.com /course holistic numerovator, and get my books on Amazon also. The link to the course at King Simon the Numerovator, link to the course at King Simon the Numerovator. Right here. And yes, audio book is being edited. Sorry that I haven't put it out yet, because I'm probably uploading this book right now, so that's the problem right now. It will come out. Everything happens in due time. Everything happens in due time. Thank you very much for tuning in to You Are Numerovational Perspective and Power of You Are. Remember to vote for me. Vote for me, television host of 4 Bit of Knowledge TV. Vote for me right now. Text that number 245-0086. That's 954-245-0086. That number now. Hope you brother or hope you everybody. Remember, tonight, later on tonight, myself and Terry and Angel, we're going to do live online sessions. If you're going to celebrate, you can contact, you can call in. You're going to do the viewership, you can call in, or you can come on live with us while we're doing it. That's a live numerology and Oracle Tarot channel tonight at 8 o'clock, and we'll probably be up in there till 10 o'clock. So if you want to be a part of that tonight, we're going to be doing it tonight, May 29th. And family, remember, if you're in Atlanta, Tassili'sRawReality.com. I will be speaking on June the 1st. There's going to be a whole host of people. Find out, go to the website and see how you could be a vendor at Tassili's annual, the 11th annual Wonderful Wizards of Raw. Food, justice, and politics. I'm going to get it in. And then on June the 12th, we have this beautiful sister, Dr. Sunyata Amen. She'll be coming in, unlock the secrets of herbal healing with Dr. Sunyata. And then on the 19th, we have this beautiful sister coming in, Nairobi Vision, getting back to the basics of our roots with herbalism. And remember, tickets go on sale July the 1st. Dick Gregory tribute, and of course, Baba Ashra Kwesi and Mira Kwesi coming in October. Early bird tickets will be $25 each event. So you can save a lot of money, but because by the time we get up to that last month, it's going to be up there. So make sure you get your early bird tickets right now. As soon as it starts, tribute to Dick Gregory. Dr. B said he's going to be coming out to speak a few words because he was one of Dick Gregory's students. So the Rich is going to be out there. Blue Pill, Red Pill might perform. They're supposed to perform. And they're going to be vending also. And then they're going to do the tribute to Baba Ashra Kwesi and Mira Kwesi the next day, right after, at the same venue in Stone Mountain Village. We're confirming the venue. It's a brand new venue we're opening, and they're going to be opening the new venue on June the 1st, but it's a brand new venue that they're going to be opening in Stone Mountain Village, owned by a beautiful couple that supports me 100%. Make sure you support my son, GreenStudioNYC.com. Him and Jeff are doing great things. Make sure y'all support Dr. Shakira Moore. She's a certified holistic iridologist, nutritional advisor, and spiritual teacher. Make sure and you hit her up at Linktree/Holistica Healing. And make sure you follow and check out Dr. Karima King, Temple of Rejuvenation. They offer holistic health consultations in conjunction with therapeutic spa service. So they're in Atlanta, in the metro Atlanta area. You can contact them through email or through the Temple of Regeneration.square.site. You can book your sessions through there. Once again, thank each and every one of y'all for coming on and allowing me to share space with each and every one of you. Thank you very much. You are great people. You are wonderful people. You are the numerovational people, my numerovational babies. You are my numerovational family. You are my numerovational participants. Thank you for being your great self. All right? Have a great day, afternoon, or evening. Be straightforward, be blessed, be respectful, be bliss in every way. And I hope to see y'all at one of those events. And if you do have my books, please bring them. I will sign them. I always walk with a nice pen, or I always walk with a nice magic marker, and I can sign those books, okay? So if you have any of my books and you're at any of the festivals that I might be featured in and speaking at, or you might pass me and see me, boom, please whip out the book and I will sign that book. If I don't have time, I'll say, look, I'll come back, let's do it. Let's meet me right here in the next 10 minutes, or just whip out the book and say, let's do it. And let's take some pictures or whatever. Give me a give me a nice hug or whatever, all right? Have a great day, afternoon, or evening. Peace, my family. Take care. And remember, Dr. B says, I forgive myself, my family, and others for imperfection, and I am thankful for my life. And Dr. Delbert Blair said, please, Universal Creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth and your love in your love now. Thank you very much, family. Take care and be great in everything that you do. Content disclaimer. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teachers, scholarship, education, and research. For fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringed.
King Simon, I love him. He's family, and he has one of the top shows on the Forbidden Knowledge TV network, actually. Right. So make sure you guys check that out if you haven't. Yeah, his show is called, it was really based on Numerovation. It's a numerology show, and it's called How to Calculate Your Destiny. Yes. By King Simon. He's the host of the show. The show has done so well, we're now getting ready to start working on filming season 2. All right, so King Simon, one of the top shows on Forbidden Knowledge TV, streaming TV platform.
Numerovation with King Simon. Text me now at 347-496-1022. You could also take my course if you want to, but do text me for your sessions at 347-496-1022. You could also get my books on Amazon at Linktr.ee/King Simon the Numerovator. Remember, you can book your session and get it done right now. 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. King Simon the Numerovator. So remember, our job as studiers of these metaphysical, esoteric knowledge is to help enhance people to be better. I, as a numerovator, using the numbers, or quote-unquote numerals, and motivation to get people to understand why they need to activate their numbers to be their very best self and maximize it. Because the numerals hold a frequency. And if you're willing to turn up that frequency, then that frequency can help to guide you and navigate you to a higher height that will allow you to spiral to be your best self. Must remember that.